All right, next one up. So we're going to be evaluating this expression here, and this expression contains a couple of negatives, so we're going to have to be careful here. So we have negative 2a squared minus 3a plus 7. So I'll immediately begin by replacing every instance of a with 3. And after I do that, then just work one step at a time on the order of operations. That's all we have to do there. So here we go. We have negative 2 multiplied by the a squared. And again, the a is 3. And then we have minus 3 times a plus 7. And the a again is 3. Up next, we'll continue on by taking care of our exponent right here, where 3 squared is the same as 3 times 3, which is 9. So we have negative 2 multiplied by 9 minus 3 times 3, which is also 9, and then plus 7. Next up, we'll continue on by multiplying negative 2 times 9. So 2 times 9 is 18. And then we'll go ahead and bring that negative forward to make it negative 18. So we have negative 18 minus 9 plus 7. I'll take care of this part first, because if you are already going backwards by 18, and then you're going back another 9, that's the same as saying 18 plus 9. 18 plus 9 is 27, and then you keep it negative 27. So we have negative 27 plus 7. And so for this final part, when we handle a sum of opposite signs, we're just going to go ahead and subtract 27 minus 7, but we'll keep the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number here is the 27, which will make it negative. So this is negative 20 as our final answer, which will end up being answer choice B. All right, next question. Let's begin by reading the question sentence first, as always. So here we are, reading the question sentence first. It says, how many seats are available? Okay, so remember everybody, sometimes the question sentence gives you the math that you might need to do, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you might be able to infer what's going on. Kind of like this one. Everybody, you tell me if you agree with what I'm going to say. When we think about trying to find how many seats are available, is it true that it's possible that there are going to be some seats that are identified as unavailable? Is that a possibility when we use wording like available? Yeah, absolutely. So this is what I mean when I say, hey, story, context, it matters, because that situation could shape how the problem can be thought of. And when we think about availability versus unavailability, we might be thinking of subtraction to think about how many are available. Because if you think about how many total seats are available and you subtract how many are taken or unavailable, you'll get how many are actually available. So let's give that a shot here. So here we are. An arena has 27 rows with 38 seats each. Okay, 27 rows with 38 seats each. My party people, you tell me. You tell me. 27 rows with 38 seats each. What does the word each tell us we're going to do? Yeah, that's going to be multiplication. Absolutely, multiplication all day. So that's how we would get the total number of seats. So let me write that down here. 27 times 38, that's going to equal total seats. And I'm just going to write that down. I'm not going to multiply yet. I'm just going to write it down. Now, next up it says the first 2 rows are reserved and 14 seats in row 10 are blocked. How many seats are available? Okay, so look at that, everybody. The 27 times 38, that will give us the total number of seats. And then what are we taking away, everybody? Well, we are taking away the first 2 rows. What are the first 2 rows? Well, they each have 38 seats. It's 2 rows times 38. So we will subtract, because again, reserved, we will subtract 2 times 38, whatever number that is. Sure, it's 76. I think we can figure that out. But think about how we can manipulate this to save time. Everybody, quick question. If we are doing 27 times 38, and then we're taking away 2 times 38, how many times are we actually multiplying 38? How many times are we actually multiplying 38 by? Yeah, think about it. If you have 27 rows of 38 and 2 of those rows are unavailable, that means you have 25 rows by 38 that are available. If anybody here ended up, going ahead and multiplying this, and then subtracting, that's totally fine because you'll still get the same correct answer. But when it comes to preparing for standardized tests, I would always caution when it comes to learning how to do something faster, because again, it's going to be a benefit to you in the long term. Don't just stick to the one way you know how to do it. If there's a faster way, do it. And this is going to save us time. Because everybody, after we do it, whichever way we do it, whether it's the bulk multiplication, subtraction, or doing it this way, what do we do after we get the number of seats available now? What do we do after this step? Yeah, we're going to have to subtract, because what we see here at the end, 14 seats in row 10 are blocked. So in the end, we are going to subtract 14 seats. So with that said, my party people, let me go ahead one more time, explain this before I actually do the math. So the 27 times 38, where this comes from, is right here. 27 rows with 38 seats each. Then what we have over here, the 2 times 38, we have the first 2 rows that are reserved. So if we wanted to, we could multiply 27 times 38, then we can do 2 times 38, and then we could subtract, or we could take a shortcut. The shortcut is, hey, look, if we have 27 groups of 38, and we're taking away 2 of those groups, we have 25 groups left. One more time. 27 groups of 38, take away 2 groups of 38, we'll have 25 groups left. That's how multiplication is thought of, grouping. So with that, my party people, let's go ahead and move forward to the multiplication. Then we'll take away the 14 seats, and we'll see what we have left. So 25 multiplied by 38, I'll do that right over here in purple. So we have 8 multiplied by 5, and that's 40. Carry the 4. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. Carry the 4 is 19. Now we'll move it over. And now we have 8 multiplied by 2, which is 16. Carry the 1. And then we have 3 times 2 is 6. Carry the 1 is 7. Add all of this back up. And we have 0, 15, carry the 1, and then 9. So there we are. We have 950 seats, but we are not done. Because right over here at the end, 14 seats in row 10 are blocked. 14 seats are blocked. So we have to take the 950 and we have to subtract the 14, and that's going to leave us off at 936 seats. There we are. So the answer here would not have been A, would not have been D. It was actually answer choice B. And there we are, my party people. Hopefully we feel good about this one too.